Welcome to Authentic Plus TV, trending news, TV number one in Ghana. We give you trending news in the country and across Ghana. My name is Juliana Otu and your energy queen as well. Family, join me as we discuss a hot issue that has led to the frustration of some family members in USA. You know, right after the certain president in America, His Excellency Donald Trump stated that there are some people living in USA without papers. People are living in the country illegally. And for his administration is going to work tirelessly to make sure all these immigrants are deported to their various countries. President Trump's administration or mass deportation plan has driven ICE detention numbers to a record high. In African Town, a Philadelphia neighborhood built by African immigrants, residents say streets are emptier, businesses are losing, and churches are even afraid to go out.
People from different countries, from Africa, we all live here, but now the tension and fear, it chase everybody out of the street. That's why you see the street is so dry.
Clifford has worked at this grocery store in the Africatown neighborhood of Philadelphia since arriving from Nigeria a few years ago.
They raided the one car wash. They took all everybody from there. That fear is everywhere.
Ever since the start of President Trump's second term, residents say Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, has stepped up deportations, and it's left the community on edge. Some customers left the shop as soon as they saw our camera, and one shopper even called Clifford later to ask who we were. Built by African immigrants for African immigrants, the neighborhood was created back in the 90s. People fleeing unrest in the west of the continent came here looking for safety and ended up building a community. Vofi Jabate came here from Liberia during the Civil War 30 years ago, and he was the person who first started Africatown.
Africatown was imposed upon us by the reality of America, where certain neighborhood was decayed, and now we came in as immigrants, fixing it up.
But Jabate says he doesn't feel that reflected in the current administration, with President Trump recently signing a proclamation restricting the travel of citizens from 7 different African countries.
We will not allow people to enter our country who wish to do us harm, and nothing will stop us from keeping America safe.
Meanwhile, videos of raids in immigrant communities have gone viral, and they're happening across the country. As of August 2025, hospitals, including Salt and Light, a church and longtime staple for Africatown residents, where its Reverend Sean James says ICE is not welcome.
I will not let you. I will not let you breach holy ground and breach God's space. I'm prepared to fight with everything that I have and everything that I am in order to make that a reality. Amen.
The church is now part of a lawsuit, along with dozens of faith groups from across the country, against the Trump administration's decision.
When you come here, that's going to be safe space. And that there are people here who will fight and advocate for you, who literally are willing to put our freedom on the line to make sure that you are honored and valued, especially knowing that this same type of scrutiny is not being put on European immigrants. But if you look at everything that's happening right now, it's all black and brown immigrants.
Reverend James is urging his congregation, many of whom have been in this country for generations, to use their voice to protect those seeking safety in Africatown.
This really becomes like a melting pot, and it really, and to me, becomes what the diaspora, what the African diaspora should look like. People from all over Africa, and Africans who were brought here on slave ships, and Africans that came here as immigrants, all living and worshiping and working together.
And this map.
Back at Akana, Jabate says the future of Africatown depends on unity, especially with African American communities like the one at Salt and Light, who were already there before them.
It is upon their shoulder that we stand. We didn't come to displace them. And we will learn from them and they will learn from us. And we will create one big old black community. And they will learn from us. And we will create one big old black community.
So, Philadelphia town. We know this town was built by African immigrants. That's, most of us will call them the Black Americans. They feel like the Trump deportation has intentionally targeted that town. Even some of them are living legal. Some of them have their papers. Some of them have the necessary document for them to live in America. But it seems they don't want them to rest. Each and every day, they are on their neck. Harassing them, asking questions, inviting them to the station. It is a whole lot of stressful. So they've come out to say business are collapsing there. People are even afraid to walk on the street because they feel like when they go out, the ICE would just grab them to wherever they are supposed to take them. Right now, even churches are even afraid to open. So they are telling the government, or they are calling on His Excellency Donald Trump to do something about it because they don't feel safe in their own country. And even let's say people are living in the town legally. It is not all of them. So whoever made that plan for the town should rethink or should redo it for them to have their safety. Even though it is an African town, but it's not only Africans that are living there. Some white people also are living there, and they are all one family. They are all American people. And they are even saying they are applying racism. That is when they come there, they usually or mostly go for the black people. Why? Why? So the government or the ICU should do something about it, or they should end it, because they are scaring them. Their kids can't even go to school. They feel so devastated. They feel so sad. They feel like they are living in hell, but they are living in their own country. And America is the world's best country. So when the citizens start crying like this, the government should adhere to their calling and do the needful for the people of Philadelphia to live peacefully. Or they should do something about it. Because they can't go to work, their kids can't go to school. Even some of the fun activities that usually happens in the town has all been held off. They can't participate, do anything there. And why should it happen this way? So most of the African countries, those that they have families in different towns, are very worried. And they are all pleading on the government to do something to put an end to this whole thing. Because it's really draining them and affecting them. Family, this is what is happening in Philadelphia and the USA. And here comes to the end of the story. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe Authentic Plus TV, your headquarters of hotspot for trending news. Juliana, your energy queen. Bye-bye.